Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Dhanyavad. Thank you. There we go.
Yes.
There we
How are
go.
you
I
doing?
know I'm doing well. I'm doing amazing. Great to see you, Sudeshna.
Yeah, it's amazing to see you. I still can't believe I'm talking to you.
You were very patient. I was able to observe your patience just now.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out like why I was not able to add you to the live. Yes.
Yes. Yes. You have a lot of patience. That sounded like it looked like a test, like it was testing you.
Yes, absolutely. I was just figuring this out for the first time. So, yes.
Yes. So this is the first time you've been live on here, on your page?
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember seeing you go live with Kartika. With
Yeah,
Kartika.
that was from Kartika's page. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
you did it. You did it.
Yeah.
Did it.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yes.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Has it felt like a big step or has it felt, like an expansion, you being able to open yourself up to, sharing your story in this way?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, ever since, I went live with Kartika, that was like the turning point of my life because that was a big, you could say, one of the biggest fear in my life that to put myself out there to face the world and not think about any judgment or criticism or anything whatsoever and just give everything that you have inside you.
Yeah.
So that video, I mean, when I did with Kartika, I had a lot of things going on in my mind, but once I started talking and everything just started flowing out of me, and I don't know, the fear just dissipated.
Yeah.
I never, yes, even now, I never knew how to go go live. And I think the universe brought you, connected me to you for a reason, I guess.
Wow. Blessings, blessings. I honor that. I honor that. And, when it comes to the fear of criticism, a lot of people have that fear. But did you always have that fear early on? Like ever since childhood, were you afraid of judgment of others or the eyes of others or the fear of what others might say?
Absolutely. I have grown up in a small town and I have grown up in a very, protected and a sheltered and in a very conservative household myself. And I didn't have a say in my life for a very, very long time, even right till my adulthood. I was very insecure as a child, very introverted. I was always ridiculed for my looks, and I grew up feeling insecure because I knew how society or the people around me perceived of me. I needed to look a certain way or dress a certain way just to be able to fit in. And so I ended up growing up with a lot of not only just insecurity, but no sense of, you could say, self-love or, self-worth towards myself. And I never could, you know, have any say in any sort of decision making in my life till, till my adulthood. Even my career choices had to be such, in alignment with my family and that sort of thing. So there was always this fear ingrained inside me from a very long time because of the internalization, you could say, what people around me were always telling me. My figures of authority in my life, maybe my family, my teachers, or anybody, my bosses, that I somehow felt that I wasn't adequate. I wasn't good enough in anything that I was doing. Hence, I never had this courage to, stand up for myself, to speak for myself, to do things in life that really mattered to me, that spoke to me. So, yes, I think it was right from childhood that I was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you for sharing that. No, thank you for that testimony because when you say that, the self-love and the self-shame or even the self-image, the self-esteem and the self-worth didn't change until your adulthood, to me, you still look very, very, very young, So when you say adulthood, what do you mean? Like, I'm assuming you're still in your 20s?
No, I'm 37 right now.
No! You're kidding. There's no There's no way you're 37. No way.
Yes, I am.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just having the mind that you have now, 37, I'm already blown away. 37. I mean, you've had so much experience, but you still have your whole life ahead,
Yes, yes.
Wow.
I have come a very, very long way, you could say.
Wow.
And
Wow.
uh, yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying that I've come a very long way, you could say, and I think I had a lot of experiences in my life till now that at one point I used to regret that, I am going through a lot of things, but I might be late. I was comparing myself to a lot of other people out there, and things hadn't yet taken off for me. And now that I look at myself, that here I am at 37. I'm all by myself in a new city. I just moved one month back. I'm here to start a new life. I'm in control of my life. I'm in my power, and I just see life is beautiful. Life is getting better and better every day.
Yes, yes. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. When you were saying that there were certain things that you were pressured before to do to try and fit in and conform, what was one of those things that you were almost expected or had a lot of pressure on you to do to try and fit in with others?
Yes, so one of the things I would say is definitely, you know, uh, doing, the things that really matter to me, but I weren't able to pursue them, especially, the creative side of myself. And right now that I see myself as somebody who I didn't know existed even maybe 6 months back or a year back. So even like realizing that I could have uh, limitless potential and limitless power inside me to do things creatively in life and not from, I would say not from a very competitive plane where we are, you know, where, you are kept into a structure of, school, college, you have to work, so there's a pattern that you need to follow in life in order to be socially acceptable. And that's when, things, the friction started in my life as well. When I started to move myself from that path, from that rat race of life. And now that, I have moved myself out of that zone of competitiveness, and you could say I moved myself to a much more creative zone. I see, a lot of things happening for myself. I am tapping into the potential that I never knew existed inside me.
Mm,
Never
wow.
knew. Like, I never knew there could be this alternate self of myself that had so much power. Somebody who could do so much. I was
Yeah.
a person, even like a year back. I was not even able to make conversation with people. I used to stammer. The very fact that sitting here, I'm just able to talk to you, I'm able to connect with you, I'm able to feel the energy from you. This itself speaks for itself. I mean, it's a huge
Yes.
transformation that happened in my life over the past 1 year.
Yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. It speaks for itself. You're like I'm a living testimony, you know, I'm a living embodiment of these changes. So when you look in the mirror or when you look at old pictures or when you look at memories of yourself, you know, the Sudeshna from years ago, does it feel like you're looking at a different person, or do you still recognize, you know, yourself within her? You know, does it feel like you're looking at someone completely different, or you still feel yourself there?
Yes, I would like to say that, we are like a conglomerate of beings. So I am also the sum of all my past selves. And when I look back at one of I mean, myself from a certain point of time, I maybe I used to feel a lot of angst and resentment towards myself for not being able to do a lot of things that I wanted to. But also now I feel a lot of love and compassion towards myself because I knew like I was acting out of fear. I was naive. I didn't know a lot of things in my life. I couldn't figure out a lot myself. I had to, depend on people around me and not so good people also to lean on basically for support. And yes, so when I look back at my past self, I can only send a lot and lot of love because my heart is always filled with compassion towards that past self of mine.
Okay, okay. So I love that you have that empathy and compassion for your past self, you know, for past life, for past you, you know, for the
Yes, ask
you,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
the version of you that needed that love. You're giving yourself that love, you know. That's beautiful.
exactly.
But I saw on your page that you also talk about embracing your inner child as well. You know, embracing the inner child when a lot of people, you know, don't really know a whole lot about the inner child, don't acknowledge or listen to the inner child. How would you describe that process for you of the inner child?
Yes. So, I have had a lot of childhood trauma inside me that I've carried with myself as a huge burden, you could say, through many, many years of my life. Um, as a child, I think I never had the acceptance and the love and the kindness that I was always looking for around me in a way that I wanted, in a way that I needed. Um, so, when I started connecting with my inner child, I think that's one thing that I vowed to do was to, love my inner child, stand by my inner child like a fierce warrior, and I will like give it the best of the best experience in life that I, as in my childhood, I never got to have. So, uh, standing up for my inner child, loving my inner child, and just, being this fierce warrior to protect it from and nourishing it and, filling my heart with a lot of love and compassion towards my inner child a lot of things that I did not get to experience during my own childhood in a way
Yeah.
that I wanted. Yes.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. You know, that resonates you give me a vision, Sudeshna. Like you give me a picture of you in armor, like in full uniform, you know, standing like a fierce warrior in front of your
Yes.
child, like a protector. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, that is beautiful. And you know, I saw that you do some practices as well, or some practices has helped you in your journey. One of them was journaling, another was gratitude, and then another was affirmation. So could you talk
Mm.
about those, like how did journaling, gratitude, and affirmation, how did those impact?
So, yes, I think journaling came to me because started when I started out practicing gratitude towards myself because, I had been working with Kartika. Kartika had, Vishnu in her team. So Vishnu was basically mentoring me last year, and he helped me with with the understanding of my fear. And I was suffering from a lot of anxiety last year, and there were that concerned a lot of past experiences of mine, as well as the fear concerning my health, my own mental state. And when I started just with the simple practice of gratitude, like I was asked, like, what are the first, 5 things that you feel gratitude for right now? I said, nothing is coming to my mind. And then I thought that, just to be able to breathe, just the fact that I'm breathing, just the fact that I'm alive is something that I have enough gratitude towards to feel for. And, just having a roof over my head, maybe the food on my plate, just the simple things. So very the things I have gratitude for, and that's how I went on about it, and you know and also I would say one of the turning points that came into my life was when I started to slowly work on my consciousness, and I felt that a lot of things that were going on inside my mind was not true. I was able to, once I was able to, zoom out from my body and on my mind, and there was like a revelation that this is not how it works. The mind is tricking me into believing things about myself that I'm not. And yes, I mean, understanding how my mind was working, uh, how my mind was causing a lot of suffering in my life due to my own desires or attachments, or the childhood conditionings that I have had in my mind, a lot of fear, a lot of guilt, a lot of pain that was inside me. Those things have to be let go, uh, because I uh, either the mind could rule me or I could rule my mind. So, and all my life, my mind was, the mind was the master. It was ruling me. It was tricking me into things, into believing things that were not true. So, I think expanding my consciousness also led to, that that sort of, that freedom to realize that I am more than my mind. Uh, I am something. I am like the soul. I am this conscious awareness that exists, that is free of the body and the ego. So my life was no longer being ruled by my conscious mind, you could say. Yes.
Okay, beautiful realization, you know, like what an enlightenment, oh, what an enlightenment to be able to have that new understanding about your relationship between the conscious, the aware, the observer, the watcher of all, and the mind, that ruler. You kind of felt like ruler, that governance over. So for people, who day in and day out, they're just walking life, wandering through life, and they feel like they're ruled by their mind, and they don't know how to get out of that ruler. What advice do you have for people? What do you feel people underestimate about mind, and what advice would you give for people who want to get out of
Yes.
that control?
Yes, I think, the mind is, for many people, the mind is basically, you could say, the tormentor. It's the inner jailer that is sitting inside of us. And, if the mind, you could say, is like a tool that is available to us for interfacing with this world, with this dimension. And the more effectively we use this tool for ourselves, for our own benefit, the more beautiful our life becomes. So, also when I started working on my consciousness and realizing that, I am this, divine, peaceful, calm, spirit and being, uh, and I could also exist, uh, in the present moment, you could say, in the present now, without letting the mind, the constant chatter in the mind that is always telling us things about the dead past or the imagined future. So, rooting yourself in the now moment is very, very important. That is when you start realizing that, you can, that helps you to dig deeper inside you, and again realizing that you have this endless potential, and this limitless, power inside you to do things in your life, or to, you could say, focus your energy and time into things that are, that match the frequency of your heart. Yes, and not focusing energy on things that aren't, because that's what the mind makes us do. It is trying to, put our attention into things that are not meant for us, that are taking us away from the things that we are meant to do in life, the higher purpose, the, for to become our, the highest, you could say, the truest and the most authentic version of ourselves, pursuing the things that we want in our life. So this, being in the now moment and focusing your attention on the things that you want in life, truly, truly desire in your life.
Yes, yes, that is beautiful. That is
Yes,
beautiful. Great advice. Great advice. Like to be deeply rooted in the now moment. In the present.
yes,
They do say like that present gift. Like what we have. Like we don't have the past. We don't even have the future, but we do this moment. So I love
absolutely.
your depiction and your description of that, of the mind, and it sounds like getting out of the head and getting into the heart. That's like to me. Yeah. So
Yes,
when it comes to there earlier, you briefly touched, Sudeshna, on fears concerning health. You said there were health concerns that had a lot of fears surrounding that. So what were the health concerns that you were afraid of years ago?
yes. I actually had a lot of, chronic ailments since childhood.
Mm,
And one of them was, I had a skin issue called psoriasis since childhood. And, over the past years, I developed anxiety and depression in around 2016. Then, moving back to, 20, between 2020 and 2023, I could say, I was mostly confined at my home. I was working from home most of the time. I never went out. So you could say I was 24 by 7. I was at home. I was just on my laptop and eating out my, I mean, my frustrations, you could say. Um, Basically, food was something of a comfort zone for me. So uh, I also started gaining a lot of weight because of that. And then I think when COVID happened to me, I think hell broke loose. My chronic condition had come back. I hadn't slept for a very, very long time. I was going through insomnia for, you could say, 1 year. And then there was severe brain fog. I had digestive issues. My anxiety and depression was making everything so worse. I was getting panic attacks at night. My I had a nerve disorder as well, which I realized much later, around 6 7 months back. I my nervous system was no longer functioning. I had no, I could no longer read, write, think, uh, sit in vicinity of devices, or my cognitive skills had almost gone. There was no, my memory was dysfunctioning because there are a lot of things going on. And then I had walked out of a very long term relationship around of 10 years or so. I was in a relationship with a narcissistic person. So I had walked out of that. I had to quit my job last year because of all the health conditions that I was in. And with so many things going on at the same time, I was like, you could say, on a verge of a breakdown. And uh, I don't know, but there was this teeny tiny voice inside me somehow told me that if I cried out myself, if I was crying out every day in my room without doing anything, nothing would come out of it. I mean, God doesn't help those who don't help themselves. I strongly believe in that, and I think that's what um, made me to take the first step towards my healing journey, because there was this, you could say, this small hope inside me, or you could say the fire inside me burning to get better and heal myself in every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, and my health was also something that caused me a lot of fear. I mean, I was living in fear almost 24 by 7. So now that I realize, I think most of my diseases or the illnesses that I had in my body were mostly nothing but fear, and although, could say the stuck energies that were there inside of me, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of that I had to let go in order to heal myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So you released so much. You had to let go of so much in order to heal. And like you said, you were indoors for the majority of the day. You said you were on the laptop eating things. You sounded like you were eating your emotions, eating, you know, the anxiety, fear. Wow, and even when you said you weren't sleeping for 7 years, insomnia for 7 years, like for somebody
No,
who has never had insomnia or never gone that long without sleeping, how would you even describe?
it was really hard. It was very tough for me because I uh, didn't know what was going on inside my body, what was causing my conditions, and living in this constant fear, and this thoughts coming to your mind that I might not see tomorrow. Tomorrow might not be there for me. Um, Tomorrow might be way worse than what it is today. So That's what my insomnia was causing me to believe.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, when I slowly started the healing process and I I became a fruitarian, I started fasting.
Mm,
Uh, just by fasting, I could see that the everything just slowly started to improve for myself
mhm.
that I never knew could happen even like a year back. And it's been tough. I mean, this I've become a fruitarian since the last 9 months,
Wow.
and yes, I so it's over the last 9 months. It has been very slow progress,
Mm,
very slow, but it has been steady.
okay.
So my graph has always been going upward,
Mm,
and yes, and the only thing is, I just kept going no matter what. I consistently did the things that I needed to do. I knew were right for me, and just focused on my health goals. That is where, I would say my affirmations came in. That I never for once stopped believing that there was nothing in this world that could stop me from healing. No matter what, you could say I was surrounded by, even a month back when I was back at my hometown, I was surrounded by, you could say, judgments, opinions, and a lot of resistance, a lot of obstacles that came my way. But I never let anything come in my way.
mm,
Never.
wow.
I knew yes, I just had this thing in mind that I had to heal myself, and I want to move myself to a better place, give my inner child experiences that it needs to enjoy nature, and be around people who give you, who empower you and give you a lot of positive energy. So I had a lot of things in my mind, and yes, I think I have managed to do
Yeah.
that. And there's lots more to be done. Yes.
Yes, yes, there's more to be done, and you've already done so much. You know,
Yes.
you've already managed to do so much, and that's amazing. You know, to to be that fierce warrior. Now you have people around you, a loving community around you, that are also bringing together. Like I saw the meetup that was March 9th. You together for the it was like a meet or fruit meet fruit or
Yeah.
together with
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. 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 We did. We are currently here in Mysore,
Mm-hmm.
India. So I am here staying with my friend Eustace. So Eustace and me, we decided that we need to do this meetup that was happening, and Jamie had announced it. And of course, like my love goes out for her for even imagining something like this on such a huge scale. And it was actually amazing to be able to connect with a lot of people, because when I came down to Mysore, one of the, I mean, biggest reason for me coming down here was to have a community which I did not have till now. I mean, till the time I was at home, I was mostly alone most of the time. And so I think, having that community, having that support is very important. So I think that was the biggest, I mean, intention behind that meetup was to, connect with, beautiful souls, and yes, and having and creating a beautiful community for us. Yes.
Yes, yes. You know, what did you have that support around you when you were embarking on this journey? Like when you were starting, you said it was a slow transition towards vegetarian, towards letting go of certain foods, certain things that you might eat. Did you always have that support system as you were going through change?
Yeah, so when I started transitioning, in the beginning, I think I was doing it on my own, and that was more out of desperation, you could say. My That was my biggest reason, because I was so desperate to get better and feel better. So, when I was already a vegan from 2021, and but when I slowly transitioned into high raw vegan food, it was like also, letting go of a lot of, conditioning about food that we have been taught since childhood. Uh, Also, when I was cleansing, there had to be more letting go of the emotions or the, the you could say the addictions that I had revolving around food, and not just food. I mean, food has been an integral part of my life, our culture, for a very, very long time, and it took a lot of effort into doing that. And it's not just like I did not, the best thing is I did not have to put effort into doing it, because as in how the body was cleansing itself, all the cravings, the addictions, they also started to dissipate gradually. Yes. So, and also again here, the mind mastery part also comes into play when your mind is, letting you and guiding you towards, again, food that is not meant for human consumption, or, our species specific food, you could say. So, one other thing I would like to mention is, when I talk about self-love and towards myself and my inner child, is also, I do have like this disconnection from my body and my mind, but it doesn't mean that don't love my body. So I love my body to the extent that I need to be able to feed it the best possible food, the highest nutritional food, feed my mind the highest possible thoughts. So that's how it should be for all of us. I mean, if you take if you decide that for yourself, I think, again, nothing can come in your way of, to achieving your highest health.
Yeah. Yes. You know, Sudeshna, every time you say nothing can come in your way, you, nothing can stand in your way, like you fire me up. You put fire inside me when you say that. I feel like you're speaking. Yeah. Let me, what can
I'm speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for
yeah.
everybody
I,
out there. I want whatever I have achieved for myself, I truly, truly want that for everybody out there, every one of us.
yeah, it's so powerful, you know, powerful, and it brings like it has a different energy. There's a frequency that it has when it's coming from
Yes.
who has already overcome the adversity, who has already overcome the trial, you know, and things done. It feels different coming from you. You say those words is like an affirmation directly to somebody who might be in that situation. So when you're saying that there were a lot of even addictions when it came to food, what culturally, what was a food that was the most challenging for you to let go?
I think, for me, it would be, I was on a standard Indian diet, you could say, and there is a lot of things that revolve around, you know, cooking at home, basically, that I used to really crave for. Not maybe, I wouldn't say much of the food that we had as junk food or processed food or something like that, but mostly, I would say, the mind was always telling me that you cannot eat like people out there. You're like normal people. Maybe you are not normal because you're not eating the same food as them. And So I think that's where the addiction was. I mean, I was still emotionally attached towards, a lot of food, even though they might not be so elaborate, might be simple food, but that addiction was there because my mind kept telling me that I'm doing something different. I'm sort of doing something that is not normal, maybe.
Okay, okay. And
Yes.
how did your family respond? Like, did you have family around you, friends around you, people that knew you from childhood, people that knew you when you physically looked different and you were emotionally different, but mentally different? You, how did they react to the new Sudeshna?
So, I have faced a lot of opposition, a lot of resistance from my family. And it's not that I blame them because they were also reacting that way out of concern. Because when they started, observing me losing weight gradually, because I was not basically losing the weight, I was losing the waste in my body. And I knew that I needed a lot of time. I needed to give my body a lot of time to, to cope, to heal the way it needed to be healed. So I think with my family, it took a lot of time for them to understand, but I am not sure if they still, how much of it they still get it, because this is something, again, this is not something conventional that we see in the society around us, even here. So uh, I think the reason that I moved myself away from my family at the present was uh, I needed to give my mind and my body the space that it needed from all the, that sort of energy that, that judgment and the criticism and the opinions, and that everything was, it felt very claustrophobic out there. And I thought that, my that was also souring the relationship I shared with my parents. And that's the reason why I moved myself away from them, because I knew that in even if I had to connect back with them, I have to become the highest version of myself, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do that. And also, I do not judge them in any way, because everybody is on their journey, or everybody is on their journey of consciousness. And I really cannot do anything about it. I cannot change their opinions. I just have to accept things the way they are, and that's how I can be at peace with myself.
Okay, okay. So to be at peace with yourself is important, to have
Yes,
your own mind, right? Your own well-being, on contentment with your choice. You prioritize that above the pleasing family members, pleasing people who had that vision or that version of you, and then you prioritize
absolutely. So that is what you, when you let go of, all those things that that used to govern your life in the past, that those burden of judgment and opinions that that led you to believe otherwise, that you are not enough, that I am not enough, I am not, I'm doing, maybe I'm making the wrong choices in my life. And I think that's what changed with, when I started also connecting, going deeper and deeper inside of myself, that I am not, guided by or bounded by any sort of opinion. I have a freedom. I am this free divine being, and I have the right to live the very best life that I'm capable of living. So no one tells me how I should be or what I should be doing.
Yes,
Or
yes. I love this. We all have the right, you know. You're you're
it
using
is our birthright. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So you know, enjoy the way that you use your words. So you said I wasn't losing the weight in my body. You said I was losing the weight in my body. So that's, you know, that's a different mind change. It's just a small twist, but it makes a world of difference when you think of those two things that, you know, we see like, oh, she's losing weight, you know, but you're saying I'm losing waste, the things that are no longer necessary that I don't need to be carrying or holding on to. So
Yes.
oh, that you took, it was like over 50 days of a juice cleanse, was there, or like it was over 50 days or something?
So yeah, so when fully went into eating fruits, it was mostly because my body had by that time rejected a lot of things that were not working for me, like salt, you could say grains,
Mhm.
even vegetables were not really working with my digestion. So I, initially I had fruits for like 1 month. Then I went on to do a 30-day cleanse, being only on juices. Then I embarked upon a 100-day juice cleanse from October to January, and that was mainly because I knew there was a lot of deeper issues going on inside the body, even though my chronic condition had improved a lot by, you could say, 80-90%. My sleep was better, my digestion was better. I was, there was no brain fog at all. And but there was this nerve disorder that I still needed to work on, and I thought that my body needed that deeper healing, and there was a lot of cleansing to do, and I'm still cleansing. I'm still feeling the waste that is still inside me, and I think that is still an ongoing process, and uh, there is still a long way to go, because there's the decade-old waste that is still that we are holding on to, that our digestive system is holding on to, needs a lot of time to to cleanse,
Yeah.
and yes.
Hmm. Hmm. So, you know, it's interesting because that's amazing. Like a 30-day juice piece and a 100-day juice, like you're living juices, you know, for the people that that think or are still under the thing that they say to themselves, wait, what does she mean only juice 30 days, only juice for 100 days? Like I that don't have solid food for a week, then it's over,
Yeah.
you know? So like what allowed you to push past, or did you ever have that mental barrier you would doubt solid food?
Yes, so I was, sort of familiar with, juice cleanses and longer juice cleanses, and, so I had this mind of my own, my mindset telling me that I was ready to do about anything at that point to heal myself. I was ready to move mountains to heal myself. So it didn't matter whether it was a juice fast or whether it was a water fast. I needed to do it because that was the only option I was left with at that time. I had already, I had exhausted all my options. Everything that I tried was did not work for me. Uh, so um, I think for 30, the initial 30 days were tough, I would say, but I really took one step at a time, one day at a time. And I didn't really think that I was going for 30 days. It's like maybe I set the goal for 7 days, then I felt better. Went on for 14 days. That's how I went about it. Even By the time I did the 100 days cleanse, it was not even feeling, I mean, it was a very natural process. I mean, it didn't feel like I was having to juice or like I was living only on juices. It was like I was still eating, and yes, and my body was still cleansing and healing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even now, like from last month, I started the process of dry fasting for like 24 hours every week. And even that feels really good. I mean, I do not need to eat on those days, and maybe preparing my body to go for, longer dry fasts in the future. So that's how I see
Yes.
it.
Beautiful journey. Beautiful,
Really,
you know?
yes.
And, I love that you say I was willing to move, to do anything to have that change. Because when it comes to the idea, even the philosophy, the perception that we need solid food to exist, why do you think so many people believe that solid food is necessary for existence, just to be alive?
I think it is, again, that is the conditioning that is inside of us, that is inside our brain, that the medical industry, or the people around you, your parents, the books that you read since your childhood, everything has conditioned you to believe that we need solid food, and that to food that is not meant for human consumption. So I think there is there has to be, a lot of not only just awareness but a lot of unlearning to do uh, on the topic of food, on the topic of solid food, and also like when you experience the process of cleansing, and your body is healing by itself. There is this whole mechanism happening inside you that is healing your conditions, or the illnesses or the diseases that you have inside, and that is happening through juices or water or whatever, whichever fasting modality that you go for. I think that is something that, unless and until someone goes through it, you wouldn't know the implication and the consequences, and the benefits the healing benefits that you get from that experience. And that's when you see that the need for solid food naturally starts reducing for you. Because I, even a month back, I went, after the 100 day cleanse, I went back to eating solid food, and I did not have the sort of experience that I was expecting myself to have, again because of certain, the addictions. Now I have addiction towards fruits, and but my body did not was not feeling, I would say, absolutely great just by eating solid food. So I thought that it's best to go back to juicing again. So right now I'm doing that. I'm listening to my body, just making sure that it feels good no matter what.
Mm,
Yeah.
beautiful. Listening to your body,
Yes. Yes.
if more of us did that, listening to the body, what a world this would be if we actually listen to the body. And like you said, it's beautiful. The body is the healer. You witness your body regeneration factor, healing, the cleansing factor, everything coming online, and
Yes.
that's a beautiful thing to witness.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Absolutely.
yes. So, oh my goodness, I think there was one more thing that I wanted to ask about when it came to you know, you talked about the mind reading, but so just the meditation. I know meditation is big, and well, I assume how big it is in your culture, the process of meditation, but how effective or how crucial was it for meditation for you?
Yeah. it was very again, it happened very organically. I mean, I was a person who could never sit still for like never could do that. And while while during the cleansing process, I think that's when I first observed that my body could enter a meditative state without having to put any effort into it. And that could be like even just sitting in silence with yourself. Uh, Silence and I think breathing, just focusing on the breath. So over the last 6 months, I think even the way that I meditate has also evolved as I have evolved as a person, and the meaning that it has brought into my life. Because the more and more uh, I dig deeper into myself, I realize that there is a lot of things that are still inside me that I need to overcome, that I still need to work on, while holding on to that power inside me, realizing that there is this this divine power of will, I would say determination, the courage, the faith that I have inside me to, to do everything in life that really, really talks to me, that really, that I connect with, to, to go towards that higher purpose in life. Because I realized that, my purpose in life would be to also help people out there who are suffering just like I did. And just to be able to, share that, that love and that joy that I have with myself, with others, would be the biggest purpose. I mean, uh, the give back that I could, I mean, do for others out there. So I think, yes, I think meditation that way has been, holding a very, very, deep meaning in my life.
Yes, yes. And you're already fulfilling, you know, you're embodying that purpose now, you're teaching people now, you're reaching people now, and
Yes,
so many
yes,
can benefit just from hearing your story and just from, feeling your words, your energy, and knowing that they can do it too, that it's possible, that it's
yes,
possible.
possible.
So I just want to thank you, Dhanyavad, thank you,
I
Sudeshna.
want to thank you for doing this, for having me. I mean, it's amazing to be able to talk to you and to feel the energy that, from so far away, I can still feel the beautiful energy that you're giving out.
Wow,
Yes,
wow.
and I have also, been going through the, the interviews that you do with all the, the beautiful souls out there, and they just so inspiring, so motivating for me.
Um,
Yes, and thank you so much for doing the work that you're doing.
yes, we're doing it together. It takes
Yes,
that togetherness, like you said, the community,
yes,
collaboration.
yes,
And like you said before, you let go of conflict and you came together. You said, let's grow together, let's love together, let's go together. You know?
yes.
So if there's somebody listening to you and they love that purpose, that teaching people and helping people learn how to heal and how to do things, and they're wanting to get in touch with you or to get in tune with your services, your offerings, like what would you tell people to go? Where do people go to get more of you?
Yeah, so I am currently on Instagram, and I am also, working with my friend Eustace right now on like we are collaborating on some exciting things from exciting projects, and we're also trying to build our own website where, people can avail our services. And Justus has already been a health coach himself, and I'm also here. My one of the major reasons why I came to meet him was to learn from him. and so that I can also be of service to people out there. And yes, so people can contact me on Instagram, and yes, and Justus as well.
Awesome, awesome. And will you be coming to that meetup? You were excited for the meetup in June. The Raw Vegan Worldwide meetup. Will you be going?
Yeah, so we organized at this place that we are living
Yeah,
currently, like, yeah, so we are living in a rented place. So we hosted the meetup here itself. So I'm not sure about June, but I hope it's bigger and better and more people join in. Yeah, so we can maybe go off to a much better place and a better location for that meetup. Yes.
awesome. Well, looking forward to seeing it. Forward to
Yeah.
seeing it continue to expand. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right, Sudeshna. Well, you have a great
Yes.
evening. Great rest
Yes.
of the night.
Have a great day yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Take
Thank you
care.
so much. You take care too.
Bye bye.
Bye.